Paul gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long range.
Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing.
Welcome, everybody, to the Aussie Suns Fans podcast. I'm your host, Gavin, and I'm joined by two of the greatest Suns fans alive today. Well, one of the greatest Suns fans alive today, and a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Nate, you are one of the greatest Suns fans alive today. Welcome back. Welcome. We love you. It's been a couple of weeks, dude. How you doing?
I'll take the biased love. Appreciate it. Life's good in sweaty Singapore. It's about as hot as it gets. So there's no Suns basketball, but at least there's still basketball for another couple of weeks. And then we just
I love it.
we just watch AFL, right?
You cut him off.
Well, and of course, we have the world's greatest piece of shit, Boyd. Boyd, no one cares, but how are you?
I'm very good, buddy. I'm very good. I'm actually enjoying a break.
I care.
From,
I care, Boyd. I care. I love you.
You care? Thanks, mate. Hey,
I
no,
care.
I'm enjoying this break, and I'm trying to better myself in the off season, and staying away from social media as much as possible. Trying to stay away from social media. And
really, because all I do every day is see your fucking shit on social media, winding shit up.
Yeah, no, it's Instagram is where I'm putting all my social media effort into, and it's fucking hard, man. So if there's anyone out there that knows shit about Instagram, it's fucking come give me a yell because I need help. Big time.
You're doing beautifully on Instagram, by the way, for the Aussie Suns fans.
Do you like
Thank
my
you so
song
much.
selection?
On what?
My song selections, because with Instagram you have.
I don't
images,
watch or listen.
And you put songs on them, and I put fucking cool songs on. I think I put the best songs. I got the best songs, man. But yeah,
I don't watch or listen, but okay. You're doing so well, mate. I'm proud of you. You are kicking off our Instagram. How many followers have we got now on Instagram?
Like 50, at least 50, maybe 52 or 3.
Flying.
50 suckers,
I've got the
man.
follow request sitting in my inbox now for like a month.
Come on, Nate. Nate, if you're not following our own page, how the fuck is everyone else going to do that?
Hey, Gavin, how the fuck man?
If you are on Instagram, follow us at Aussie Suns Fans. Boyd, I'm fucking blind. It's a long weekend. It's a long weekend here in Melbourne. It's a long weekend here in Melbourne. I've drank a lot of beer after a week away drinking a lot of beer.
Yeah, I think you're full of shit. I think you've had probably a 6-pack and you're fucking fried because you're a lightweight.
I had a 6-pack by 9:30 this morning, Boyd, and you know better than
you told me before the pod you started at 10 a.m. You cock. Boyd, you know better than anyone. I am not a lightweight. Yeah, no, you do go all right.
I can drink some cans.
Now, man. Oi,
I can drink some cans. I'm here.
I just want to let everybody know that this fucking pod, this fucking off-season pod, which we were supposed to be on break, was Gavin's idea. Then he goes off and gets fucking mangled throughout the day and says, "Oh, we haven't really got an agenda, boys. We're just going to wing it." He's fucking man. Hey, so with that, we should have fucking hit Hemo up to give us an agenda and some and some guidelines to work to.
A little bit of direction would have been nice, yeah.
A little bit of Hemo.
Yeah, could have hosted and direction.
Maybe.
Or we could keep talking shit like defending the Flames.
Maybe you can join one of Hemo's fucking like his toolbox, his workshops that he does on hosting, Gavin. You can
Is
learn
he
a
doing
lot.
workshops?
Yeah. I'll send you a link.
Oh shit! Yeah, send me a link. I need to do that. Talk to me, Boyd, about Bronny James working out for the Phoenix Suns.
Well, I'm going to have it at a guess. That probably a lot, suicides, running up and down the court, shooting the 3-ball, bounce, shoot, the fucking rip through. They're practicing the rip through, obviously, all that sort of shit. Yeah, it would have been a workout and a half of Bronny James.
Very impressive,
fake officials.
Very impressive. He flopped a couple of times.
Flopped a couple of times, winged at some people on the sideline, put his hands up in the air like this, like fucking what's going on. But from all accounts, he had a really good combine and his workout was really good as well. So fucking good on him. I'll say this: if we take him at 22, there's been a handshake deal for Bron on the other side.
Surely, right?
There's
surely
no way he's a fucking pick 22, right? So if you happen to see him go, just don't fucking throw your hands up in the air. If you see him go at 22 to the Phoenix Suns, just know.
Wave them like you just don't care.
Wave them like you just don't care, because as soon as that free agency period hits, we'll be signing a future Hall of Famer, one of the greatest, LeBron James, a guy that we all fucking hate, and he'll come here. Then we'll quickly, back.
Well, you hate him. Right now, I love him. If he comes to the Suns, I love him right now.
Oh, I'll get there.
Like to be honest, I've shifted. If he comes to the Suns, he is the GOAT. He's better than Jordan.
Bro, I'll be doing a lot of hate wanking as he's helping us win playoff games. I'll be knocking them out with a fucking gritted teeth. But he'll be
barbed wire fist.
He'll be all right. Yeah.
Boyd, you were talking about Bronny doing suicides before. I think if this all plays out and LeBron ends up on our team with his son, and we have to actually give his son minutes, I think you'll see a few Phoenix Suns fan suicides as well.
But here's the thing: I don't think when you have a big three that we currently have,
we've got a G League, right?
But hey, a part of that fucking conversation, that handshake agreement of a minimum, if you draft my boy, it's there's some fucking finer print there that's talking about this cunt isn't going to the G League for any longer than fucking a week.
So guys,
at a time.
Guys, all right.
Playing both off the bench.
We touched on it now. Does anyone seriously think that LeBron James is going from a max contract extension with the Lakers to sign a minimum?
No.
I think there's a world where it happens.
No, man.
Well, I mean, the world where it happens is that he's got all his shoe money. He's got all his LA money. He's got everything else. He doesn't really need his NBA salary. So I can see where Boyd might be saying there's a world where it happens, because this will be like the first father and son duo since whenever.
But there's money to be made on the back end of this type of a
so marketable.
Father and son. Isn't it? There's a story in itself, and regardless of what anybody wants to say, it'll be the most the hotly sorted after story in the NBA week in, week out, and it'll be this is happening, and it's now mum's angry because he's not it's gonna be fucking it'll be fucking hilarious. It's gonna be a fucking circus, man. You think the Ball
family drama?
You think that was a fucking circus? Man, this will be fucking next level. It'll be that, but what I'm saying is that $50 million contract, and in all, there's a couple of years of that 50 million and 55 million or whatever. That'll be made up on the back end with the fucking documentaries.
There is no fucking
the Netflix deals. Yeah, fuck yeah. Well, okay, Gavin. If you think it's not a chance because of the money, well, you're fucking wrong. Okay, because the money's not an issue.
And I'll tell you what, LeBron has always said he wants his child to make his own path.
And he's always said he wants to play with his son as well. Can't they do both?
But
if his son paves his own way, he will be playing the fucking G League.
What's that? Sorry.
Well, if his son paves his own way, he will be playing in the G League.
Yeah, because he's no good. The other son is way better, and he's 2 years away.
All that talk of
same thing as the Ball family.
His son paving his own way, he knows is a crock of fucking shit, just like everyone else does. He's only going to go in the first round because of the clout that he has from his old boy. That's it.
I don't disagree with that.
Okay, so if there's cunts working him out, Gavin, in the first round,
dude, the Lakers aren't stupid. If they own 17 right now. If LeBron is in any way, shape, or form considering signing a minimum contract anywhere to play with his son, or the Lakers could take his son at 17 and he signs a full fucking extension, and the Lakers, Jenny Buss and fucking old mate Rob Pelinka, walk into LeBron and go, look, at 17, we'll take Bronny. He's going to play G League, but we'll take him. But you sign our fucking extension.
And I'll just.
They own all the cards. They own all the cards.
Fuck all, because it's such an easy fence to jump. We're right now we're in a weak draft where there's a lot of teams at the moment looking at selling their picks off and trading back or trading out of the draft.
That's true.
That's the point. No one wants to be in this draft.
No one wants Bronny, man. Except the Lakers, who want LeBron to sign an extension.
It'd take the smallest little dick flex for us to jump 17 and get to 16 or 15. That's all. But, again, if the Lakers are seriously looking, if they think that it's a chance that LeBron signs with wherever his son goes, and they're looking at him hard with that fucking pick number 17, well, that just sort of backs up my cases, and you have to fucking go for it. And maybe it's that 2031 pick.
Do you think we should go for it?
I do.
You think LeBron would be a perfect fit in this team?
Yeah, I think LeBron lines up with our window perfectly. And it is literally the best move that we could make. And I'm not even thinking 3 years ahead when I say that. I'm thinking about that window with Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant. And
you're thinking 24, 25, right?
24, 25, and the next year. I reckon having LeBron committed to this team, he's not going to jump ship again, especially if his boy's still here. I think that you can get another 2 years out of LeBron. In what capacity, I don't know. He doesn't seem to be fucking aging. You know what I mean? But I think if you get him, I think you got him for the rest of his career.
2 years.
Take your Suns fans' hat off and think about it from the viewpoint of everybody else, every other casual viewer, not so much diehard fans, but casual viewers. And then you've got to line up Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and let's call it Nurk for whatever point. But that's your starting five. The casual fan is going to just cream in their pants watching that team.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Like,
but I'm with you. It'll be a hate because I'm an actual fan.
The Phoenix Suns will have their greatest international, global fucking fan base in the history of the world. But my question is, do you honestly believe that can happen?
Well, of course it can happen if one person says, I'll take less money. I mean, that's the only reason it can't happen.
The only person who could say that, though, is LeBron.
And that's what I'm saying about it. Yeah, it can absolutely happen if he says, I'll take vet min. Let's call it that. If he says that, it can happen. And I mean, if you're on the sales team of the Sun, you just say, how much do you love your son? Because we're going to draft him anyway.
Hey, what it reminds me of, you remember, I think it was the 2004 Los Angeles Lakers, when they had Gary Payton, Karl Malone, Shaq, Kobe, all these guys, this all sort of rang in, and it fucking failed miserably. That's what I sort of would have nightmares about if it fucking happened. Actually, I have to go back and watch that playoff series because that was a fucking.
No, you don't. Don't do it to yourself.
No, I'll do it.
Do you know what? You know what, lads? I sat the other night with my brother, who's a Spurs fan. I sat the other night and watched the entire 6 games of the 93
Debbie does Dallas
NBA Finals.
Oh, all of them?
All 6 games.
Even the
it was fucking painful.
The triple overtime, was that game 4? The triple overtime.
It was so fucking painful, Boyd.
It would have been fun though.
And you know what?
Knockout
it was so much fun until John Paxton took that last shot.
Oh, fucking.
And then it all hurt again. It all hurts so much. Anyway, so out of 100, I want a call right now from all 3 of us. Out of 100, Boyd, Crawley, Creepy Crawley, 7 different fucking YouTube aliases that comments on our chat like to himself. Boyd, out of 100, how much of a chance are the Phoenix Suns of landing LeBron James? Out of 100, go.
60%.
That's high.
Every time.
That's high.
Every time.
60% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
100% of the time, yeah, exactly.
Nate,
I like
how much
easily
out of
visible numbers. 25%.
Yeah, I'm with Nate. 25 is, and Vossi's the
Steve's
same
on there too.
in the chat. 25% is where I see this right now. 25% chance. I think that when it comes to NBA draft, which is what, a couple of weeks after the NBA finals?
I completely missed the draft selection night too.
26. When is it? I haven't watched any of the finals.
26th of July?
I have no idea.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. It's about the 26th of July. If on draft night, the Phoenix Suns draft Bronny James, I'm pushing that up to...
Well, he can be traded though, right? They can select him in a pick and trade.
Yes, we can. But if on draft night,
yes or no,
with pick 22, if the Suns draft Bronny James, that 25% becomes 50% automatically, right?
Is that all? Is that all?
So I disagree. I still think that we can take him as a tradable piece for some other team that's desperate for LeBron and do a trade with another team and get a better player
but his
back.
contract's worth fuck all. What are we going to trade him for?
There's plenty of other rookies out there with the same money they sign on for. Only got 2 years. So.
Okay. Now we're fucking Alice in Wonderland going down the fucking corridor. Nate.
Rabbit hole.
Hey.
Rabbit hole.
Corridor. Yeah. There's a corridor in there too. Hey, but listen, if you see
Which
Bronny
is the
James'
rabbit
name,
hole.
if you see Bronny James's name come up, we 100% is what I'm saying. We jump to 100% chance.
We've had the conversation.
The conversation has been had. James Jones and LeBron are buddies. It's fucking. There's no reason.
So if we draft Bronny, you're saying 100% LeBron James plays at the Suns.
Yeah, no. Because look, we're in this window. We don't want a fucking guy who's a year away from being 2 years away. We're not going to use a 22nd pick. It's either going to be traded out for a contributor, as well as that 2031. I reckon there could be multiple moves. One pick might be attached to Nasir Little, one to Nurk, and people need to stop looking at this fucking Nurkic and fucking Nasir Little as just you're going to get their fucking value back for We're going to attach because we're not going to have that flexibility of picks to attach moving forward. So they're going to be attached to these middling type size contracts to get back something better. And fuck, man, it's
all right. So if we don't draft Bronny, I'm sure, Nate, you haven't done any research on this whatsoever. If we don't draft Bronny and we don't trade the pick, Boyd, who do we draft? Do we go point guard, wing, or center?
Center, I think. I think point guard.
What's his name?
Edie. Zach Edie?
He's not going late in the first.
You reckon Zach Edie's going to last till 22?
He's going to go top five.
He's mocked to go.
The draft is so bad.
He's mocked to go 15.
Teens, early 20s.
15 to 18.
Is there only one mock, Gavin? Is there only one mock draft out there, or are there about fucking 20 of the cunts?
Right.
And I've looked at a whole
so
bunch.
So you think he'd be there?
He's going anywhere from end of the lottery up until fucking mid-20s.
So you think he'll be there for the Suns?
I think there's a possibility he'll be there, but other guys,
Zach Edie, Nate, what do you think?
I mean, I've heard a lot of talk about him. Some positive, some disappointing.
But are we driving point, wing, center with 22? If we can.
Look, I honestly don't see a world where fucking James Jones uses a draft pick. That's the starting point. Like, I just can't see him making a draft pick. I mean, if he's forced to make the pick, he probably grabs the janitor and says, "Hey, can you look at the list for me? Because I'm not going to use the cunt anyway."
So, in a world of what ifs, Nate, who would you take? We don't think.
I mean, what have we done in the past? We've always gone 3-and-D win. It's the easiest gamble to take because as long as they've got size, you can do something with them. You can move them. Point guards, you're really gambling on some serious talent. Centers, you're gambling on long contracts. So you take the wing.
So I think I do agree with Boyd that we draft a center, but I think it's more likely Eves a Missy.
Eves a Missy. He's a Missy.
He's a pretty. He's a pretty. I think that's. I can't see Zach Edie getting to 22.
There's a good chance he won't. But then again, you just.
I actually think he'll go 8 or 9, like high now, especially after the combine.
I mean, he could, but there's big question marks around what he can do as a perimeter player, and with a lot of the bigs nowadays being very much, they want them to be in that mold of a Wemby or a fucking Palo, or someone that's just a little bit more diverse and just isn't just a lead at one thing. So I don't know, but there's a lot of talk that he could slip, and that's the only reason I've got him there. But Gav, you're right. He's a monster of a human, and he's brilliant in the paint, awesome rim protector. So you're right, he could go anywhere in the lottery, I guess.
Yeah, and look, I'm with Nate. We trade the pick. It's at best the Suns trade the pick.
I'm looking at the NBA DraftNet mock, and I can't even find Edie on here.
Oh well, maybe. Anyway.
So all right. So, gents, before we drill down in shows in the next few weeks, what is your big trade that happens over these next few weeks? Who is the player that the Suns trade? Boyd?
I thought you said Nate.
I'm gonna go Boyd, and I'm gonna go. Is it Nurk? Is it Grayson Allen? Is it just a Nasir Little, or is it a Kevin Durant?
No, it's still the big three aren't going. I think Grayson Allen can't be traded until like October, so he's not even on our list of people we can move on draft night. If it is a draft night trade, which I think it will be. I think there's something. There's something to be said about the allure of that number 22 pick, and it kind of loses its shine after it becomes the rights to someone, and then you're trying to fucking
31. The 31 pick, that's our gold.
Yeah, it is gold. It is gold, and I think I don't think Grayson is going to be traded. I think if he does get traded, it's more a trade deadline thing. Because he has got that later deadline. He's got that cool down because he signed that extension. So we can't move him until October. So if we're talking now, so when some trades will be going down around the draft, I think we're looking at I think it's Nurk, unfortunately, and I love Nurk. I'm not one of these guys that went fucking cold on him just because he had a shitty playoff series. I think that we had enough talent on this squad. Nurk could have gone out there and had a fucking picnic in the middle of the court, and we still could have won some of these games. And so I don't like to put all the fucking heap everything onto Nurk. I prefer. I think Nurk's most likely because he's. Are you going to sleep, Gavin? Are you passing out?
Nurk? No. So Nurk is most likely. Who do you prefer
to get for him? I want to see something. I want to see something big. I want to see something.
What are we getting that's big for Nurk, though?
No.
We already did an episode on this.
No. I think because of our cap restrictions moving forward, I think there's a couple of prospects out there on rookie scale contracts currently that I think would be brilliant in our system, and I think could really, really increase their value in the next couple of years before they hit restricted free agency, and then we've got that extra ability to inflate their contract.
Names, dude.
I'm getting there, mate, but I've got to fucking explain things, right? Otherwise, then you cut me off in the next fucking sentence and tell me to shut the fuck up because I don't know what I'm talking about. I fucking have to explain myself 3 times, you cunt, sometimes. Fuck. Anyway.
I haven't even said anything for 5 fucking minutes. Fucking hell.
Anyway.
Hey, while we're throwing big ass centers around as a trade option, I mean, you got.
No. We'll wait. Boy, tell us. Talk.
Okay, so someone like the Pacers. So you got a Nurk, and you've got a TJ McConnell. He's got $9 million worth of salary. Maybe a Nembhard.
Okay. So my question there. And I had a conversation on Twitter the other day with someone who went, "Oh, we should have got TJ McConnell 12 months ago." Yes, we should have. Are the Pacers going to make that trade?
And here's where it gets spicy.
He's like 33 now, right?
Yeah, but he just came off the fucking playoffs.
Are the Pacers going to make that trade?
Well, what they get is they get Nurk, and he's an elite rebounder, and Miles Turner is he a 4?
Turner. No.
Yeah, I know, but is he more?
He's a center.
Stretch.
No,
he's a center, but he can quite easily play the 4, and then you've got someone just to do all the dirty work and let him cook.
But okay, if you're the Pacers who play really fast, why would you have 2 lumbering guys?
Well, that would be a detractor, I guess. But I'm just saying, if the Phoenix Suns said, "Hey, we've got Nurk, and we've got a pick 22 and a pick 2031, a couple of firsts, and we can jag a TJ McConnell that fixes a problem that we have in a ball handler, point guard,
a backup point guard."
Sorry, not if we get LeBron.
Hey, but we're talking about another reality where that doesn't happen in that other 40%.
We're talking now. Yeah, Boyd's right. It's where we are now, right?
Yeah, and then if you get that, is it Andrew Nembhard, or how do you pronounce that name?
Nembhard, yeah, Nembhard.
Yeah. Somebody like him who's caught behind in that backcourt, but just someone he's a.
So
he's
in that
a guy
scenario,
that I think has a lot of potential. And,
I love
really
Nembhard.
Flourish.
I love him.
Yeah.
I love McConnell. I love Nembhard. But in that scenario, we're trading Nurk, who becomes our centre.
Well, could we get him to throw in a Jalen Smith?
We don't have a centre.
Just fucking Jalen Smith. Fucking.
Well, the Suns do have a reputation of sending players away and bringing them back when they're better.
Hey,
both Steve Nash and Jason Kidd did it.
Is Jalen Smith better?
I was joking about the Jalen Smith thing, but it would be doable, is what I'm saying. You could
it's doable.
You could get all three.
But I'm just talking. Okay, that's great. But what's next step to bring in someone?
Well, for the center, you'd have to
anchor
look.
The team.
You'd have to look in free agency, and centers are a dime a dozen. There's not much quality, but then again, you can find someone with at least one elite part of their game that would work in our system.
Just name one in free agency.
Oh, well, mate, you've just asked me to elaborate on something and ask for the next step and the fucking next step and the next step after that, after you asked me for my initial trade.
That's fair. And I apologise for that. I just wish you'd look further out, but I understand.
I just wish you'd stop asking me that. Next thing you'll be asking me, what happens in 2030 when Durant?
No, I won't go that far.
Long gone.
I only
give me a break.
I only want to win a title next year.
Okay. Centers, like I said, centers are a dime a dozen. And there are guys in that free agent. I've got a fucking list somewhere, and I can't see it because my laptop's not on. Anyway.
Well, the fact of it is, though, if we trade Nurk, there is no centre on our list. So whatever we bring back either needs to be a decent centre or it's going to be fucking pennies of bullshit at our big starting.
And that's fine. If you have to go to free agency and pick up a vet big on a minimum, that's fine. It could be a JaVale McGee type.
Fucking hell.
Hey, there's talk around Andre Drummond.
No,
that's better. That is better than fucking JaVale McGee, at least.
Okay. Well, I'm just here getting fucking told there's nothing out there in free agency, and there fucking is.
Well, there isn't. If Andre Drummond is it, it ain't it.
He'll get you 15 boards and 15 turnovers. What have we done
on the other side? What have we done on the other side? We've turned Nurk into fucking two great players. Excellent role guys that Phil needs. Does it outweigh the detrimental fucking centre position?
I don't know.
Having someone like that? I don't fucking know.
Ask Sun's Twitter after the playoffs whether or not it did. Because Nurk got fucking murderized.
Murderized?
That's a new one.
Murderized and fucking
I didn't know
demolished.
He got murderized.
Well, congratulations, gentlemen. We have successfully talked nothing but absolute dog shit for 30 minutes.
Okay. So, Nate, what's your trade then?
I don't want to trade Nurk. I like it.
Okay. Well, we're asking
who do you want
what's
to
your trade?
But, I mean, if you got...
There's Nurk, there's Grayson,
player... If you got an extra player back, I mean, I'd be wanting something like Steven Adams or Valanciunas or depending where, was it Nikola from Chicago, where his future's going?
Vucevic,
there you go. One of those type of guys would slot in. If you get a second player, then maybe. But otherwise, I don't really see the point in just destroying our center position, wasting everything we put into fucking DA to get where we are, and then just pissing it down the hallway for something...
So, what's your trade? We're asking.
Yeah, no, I don't have a trade. My preference is to stick with Nurk.
You're going to run it back. No, forget Nurk. Forget Nurk.
Did you just have
bigger picture? Bigger picture.
Did you just have
bigger picture? Forget just Nurk. Where's your trade to make our starting lineup or the roster as a whole better?
Yeah, I mean. James Jones is in the corner here because I don't think there is one, and I don't think TJ. Whatever you've got to give up for TJ McConnell fixes anything either. Yes, it would have been nice, but I don't think it fixes anything. The more we talk, the more this Bronny and LeBron thing looks like the best outlet.
Well, what about the one that's going around at the moment?
Nothing.
Let me throw two out there, and I heard them on the Take That for Data podcast. Giddy, Kenrich Williams, for
I'm intrigued.
Nurk, and the 2020, the 22 pick.
Yeah, that's intriguing. Because Giddy has to go from that team.
Would take Giddy's a certainty to move on from OKC, but OKC needs
Kendrick Williams has been talked about for a while too. There's a lot of potential there.
We've wanted Kendrick Williams for years, but
it still leaves us a gap at the center though, because he's a power forward, right?
That's the problem, right? We can do that, but how do we fill a five?
You're not, guys.
What do we do?
There's not any one move that is going to fucking not leave a hole somewhere, and it's got to be fucking filled elsewhere. So let's not get too bogged down.
I disagree. I think that from a four piece, a first four, we have enough pieces to cover it. It's the five that we need to cover and the point guard, right? Now,
okay.
I'm gonna make a big call here. I am not going to get off the hill that I think Bradley Beal is good enough to be the point guard in this team. I'm not going to leave that hill right now. I am going to roll myself out for another year and cop the fact that Bradley Beal should be the point guard of this team. So for me, we either fill it with a 4 or we fill it with a 5. Because I think that Book should be the 2. We need a 3. But the 4 and the 5, that's our gap.
So you're moving KD to the small forward instead of the power forward?
I'm moving KD. I'm moving KD to the 3. Give me a 4 and a 5.
So where have you got Grayson Allen here? Is he coming off the bench here, or is he going
off the bench, man? I lived on it for the entire season last year, and I'm going to roll it back. Grayson Allen off the bench would be fucking sensational for this team.
Okay, you can have that opinion.
Grayson Allen,
he would
Royce
be.
O'Neal.
He'd be good.
Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal off the bench would be fucking sensational for this team.
But he wouldn't have the same open shots that he's getting in that first unit. You got to.
Yes, he would.
He's
yes, he would, and I'll tell you why.
I'll
tell you why he'd have the same opportunities. Because of the rotation we have. 2 of the big 3 are on the court most of the time. After the first 6-7 minutes of the first quarter, Grayson Allen rolls in, and then he is on the floor with at least 2 of the big 3 all the time.
So you don't think his shot quality? You don't think his shot quality drops off at all? Or
slightly. Okay. Marginally, yes. Marginally, absolutely.
Okay. Well, if it actually happens like that, okay.
Do you want to know what? Do you want to know what? Outside of when the big 3 are on the floor, though, our shot quality drops not marginally, but significantly.
And possibly because we've gone from having the big 3, and we probably need more of a ball handler and distributor, like a TJ McConnell type, maybe. I don't know.
Guys, let me float something.
In the second unit, yeah. I don't mind this.
What?
Nurk for Nance.
Oh yeah, flip it for Caruso.
A starting caliber. Trey Murphy doesn't go in that deal. Marshall, etc. Hey, yeah, we haven't got enough first to chuck in there for.
No,
they're way too high on Trey Murphy.
Guys, what do you think of Steven Adams? Is he washed? I mean, he's only 30.
Yeah,
no, but his
average salary is 12.6.
Steven Adams is perfect for the Suns, just given pick and roll offense. Absolutely perfect. But Houston are not giving Steven Adams up without significant capital to a contender.
So you've got the 22nd pick. You've got Nurkic. You want to throw Naz in there, and you get back Steven Adams and another piece. They've got a lot of youth that aren't getting minutes.
We are throwing in both of those picks plus Merck plus what Adams. We don't have enough in my opinion. We don't have enough in comparison to what other contenders can offer that are built for that type of center. We don't have enough to compete with them. Like if the Celtics wanted to throw assets for a Steven Adams, they've got way more. They've got way more than what the Suns can offer.
I don't think Steven Adams has as much value as he used to have, and nowhere near. He's been out for too long, and he's such a fucking big body, and he's at that age where
it's only 30.
It doesn't usually come. No, he's good. He's 32, isn't he?
No, he's 30.
No, he's 30.
He's 30. Okay.
Yeah, everyone always goes on about how old he looks, but he's actually quite young still.
Steven Adams would be perfect for this roster. Perfect.
He's massive, and he's a slow moving, high IQ guy, but you can only assume that it's dropped off considerably after these injuries.
Not really. You're talking about the injuries. It's more about that team. He hated that fucking team, and he needed a new environment. And he hasn't played a second in Houston.
For sure. I would take a flyer on it for sure, but I'd be worried as to what version of Steven Adams we got. That's all. Wendell Carter Jr.
So Vossi reckons we can get Adams for a second. Wendell Carter Jr. Wendell Carter Jr. is basically Thad Young from this year. He's done, mate.
Yeah, they got lucky getting off that.
What?
He's not a starting center.
Holy shit.
He's done.
Is that because? Are you just saying that because of he's had a bad run with injuries?
That and he's not that good.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, I'd do Nurkic.
I'd take Nurkic a mile away from Wendell Carter Jr.
And I'd take Steve Adams over Carter Jr.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, because you've got a guy there with a bit of youth on his side. He's athletic. He's
Wendell Carter.
He kind of fucking hits me like Jalen does.
Wendell Carter Jr. Are we talking about the same guy?
Yeah. I just think he's fallen off really fucking quickly in the last 2 years.
Well, he's had injuries, but he's come back and he's shown flashes of what he was before. He's not.
So is Derek Jones Jr.
Fucking Isaac.
Do you want Derek Jones Jr. back?
Would be a real get. Do I want Derek Jones Jr.?
Sorry, so you guys haven't watched any of the finals or the playoffs, so everyone, national media is talking up Derek Jones Jr. at starting power forward like it's a fucking miracle find, and every Suns fucking fan is sitting there just pissing themselves laughing because airplane mode has one mode.
Every player that fucks off and has a purple patch, we always fucking say that as Suns fans.
Fuck, it is so much fun watching him defend Kristaps Porzingis at the starting four.
All right, gents.
Anyway, I don't know why you asked me about Derek Jones Jr.
All right. So he's
as good as Wendell Carter.
Based on what we can get, your one wish list, way too early wish list. Who are you bringing in for what role and why? Boy.
Can you say that again, Gav? You're slurring and I missed it.
Based on what we can get, who is your number one wish list right now? Way too early wish list. Who is your number one?
I'll go with that Giddy Kenrich Williams combo for sure.
Nate?
I'm just checking a salary. I'm liking the idea of Steven Adams and Jayshawn Tate for Nurk.
All right, so you know what Stephen Adams making money-wise?
12.6
12 mil.
average.
12 mil.
And Jay Sean Tate is on 7 or 8 mil. And does that come under 18.1 when you put them together?
You got that other. We've got another contract though. We can get rid of.
We can't stack them. We can't stack them. We can only
but we can send one out.
Team, we can send one out to a third team and then take on that extra salary.
So this is like 19, just over 19 total.
Yeah, we can't.
Yeah, it's too much. Has to be under. Nurk for Stephen Adams straight up.
No, that only works if you get a second piece. You got to get a second player in that with Stephen Adams to take off some of the risk. I'd rather run back the risk of Nurk than replace him straight up with Stephen Adams.
We got Eubanks.
What about?
Do we though?
Guys,
and do you want to use him?
What about Podsminski and Jonathan Kuminga from the Warriors?
They're not trading Kuminga, man.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Okay, Moody, and Podsminski.
Okay,
Poddy. I'll call him Poddy. Poddy's the guy that I'm looking at. I just think he's a well-rounded player with a leap to take. Spewbanks, I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
and it's a question with me. Do you want one of? Can we do it for one of our picks getting thrown in, or both of them?
I like Moody.
Better than Isaiah Stewart? I'm going to make you remember the last pod now.
Isaiah Stewart can spread the floor. So, but no, I do like Moody.
All right, so we've talked a lot about trades. What about free agency? Who are your steals in free agency?
Well, you are the man who has researched this, Boyd.
You've got the spreadsheet.
Hook us up with the spreadsheet.
Well, actually, I told you before, I can't fucking bring the thing up because it's on my laptop and it's fucking dead. But, hey, guys, Najee Marshall. Najee Marshall, he's 26 years old. He's do you reckon he cops a minimum? Because I think he's another well-rounded player.
Which column of the spreadsheet, which tab should I be looking at for some wild information?
Fucking hell. Right at the end, mate. Right at the end. I've got all the free agents.
Is this the OS, the OQ thing, or the notable free agents? Here you go.
Oh, it's got fucking notable free agents written on it, has it, mate?
Yes, it does. Here, look at that.
That must have been such a fucking maze to find.
Hey, go fuck yourself, you wanker. You fucking cocksucking piece of shit. So what do I want to look at on this? Notable free agents. Well, Bol, let's bring him back.
Yeah, don't worry about the guys outside of that.
Well, actually, you've got two big centers up there. You've got Goga Batardzi and Xavier Tillman that are both on 1.3, 1.6 unrestricted free agents. You couldn't get upset about either one of those coming off your bench.
I think, but they're the younger types who you sort of question whether or not they'll try and get a bit more money in their contract early on in their careers. Who knows? But yeah.
So who was it that you were talking about?
Najee Marshall.
Small forward, 1.3 mil. Bird rights.
Yeah, that's what they have on it. But if he was to not want to re-sign, is he someone that you would take to fill a
I'd take Najee, but I can't see him taking a minimum, right?
Yeah, and that's a problem. There's a lot of good names on that, and when I say good, guys that would fill a role for the Suns.
I was going to say, because Derek Jones Jr., Aaron Holiday, and Kelly Oubre are on that list.
Yeah.
Luke Cornett's an interesting one.
Najee, though. I'd take Najee. But who's realistic on that list, Boyd?
Oh, fucking at the moment, all of them. At the end of the look, I try not to read too much.
You
into
think
this shit.
all of them are realistic?
No, don't. Hey, Gavin, don't ask me a stupid fucking question and then
I'm
try
just
to
asking,
find ways
Boyd.
to pick
What?
holes in it.
No, I'm asking.
You hit me with that fucking tone.
So
Naji's
cool. Naji's cool, but
well, you have a
that...
fucking look at the thing. You give me a name.
Mate, what about
talking?
I'm asking your opinion, mate. Don't get so mad all the time.
You got me on. Who do you
think?
Mate?
Who do you think on that notable free agent, which is a great list? Who do you think stands out to you for the Suns?
Nate.
I mean, if we're just talking centers, I like Luke Cornett, and I got to be honest, it'd be interesting to see what happens with Jonas Valanciunas. I know he's coming off 15 mil, but he's an unrestricted free agent. He's probably not going to take minimum entry, and then you've got Mason Plumlee from the Clips. Now, he had a fucking killer season before he went to the Clippers. When he was still in Charlotte, he was awesome. The minute he went to LA, his fucking value dropped. And he finished on 5 mil. Now, he's 34, but I reckon that's actually a really good opportunity.
That's a savvy one, Nate. What about Daniel Teese?
Well, I'm going to have to scroll down the list a fair bit there, I think.
Is it Teese or Tice?
I think it's Tice.
Again, just a couple of names. Just a couple of bigs on that free agency list that if we were to make one of them moves on the other end, that sort of leave that Nurk spot open, like I said, there's a couple of names there that you could plug a hole with. And you're not going to be a lead at that position by any means, but they can definitely hold their own. And yeah, I don't know. I
can't even
come up with a lot of
Tice
fucking shit, and you can't just want to burn it down half the time.
I
want to hear some of your shit.
Why are you so defensive, mate? Why are you so defensive? All right, so
it's a track record.
I'm gonna say something that you will never ever hear me say again. Off your free agency list, boy, I want to bring back a player that used to play for the Phoenix Suns.
Do you want to let it finish the last segment yet?
I know. And you guys know that I always go, move the fuck on, stop with your bullshit, let's not go backwards. There's one player that is ideal for the Suns that needs to come back. And it's Cameron Payne. It's Cameron Payne.
And PJ Tucker.
As a backup point guard on a minimum, bring back fucking Cameron Payne off the bench for the Suns. He can play meaningful minutes, not like Isaiah Thomas, where everyone went, oh, we need to play Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas was fucking shit. He was dead. He was finished. Cameron Payne could actually play basketball. And he loves Phoenix. He wants to come back to Phoenix. He would sign a minimum to come back to Phoenix. Bring that motherfucker back. That's who I got on your list.
Vet men, absolutely bring him back.
And he actually liked one of my tweets in the past. So I think definitely for that reason and that reason only.
Bring back Cameron Payne.
Comes
off the bench. First off the bench as our backup point guard.
Do any of you boys think that we keep, that we do not trade, or that 2031 pick and that number 22 in the 24 draft? We honestly, do you guys think that we fucking hold on to them for any reason? Or do you think they go and we're making moves?
We hold on. We hold on to 22 if we go back to what you said earlier, Boyd. If the pre-discussion has happened with LeBron for a minimum, we hold 22.
There's no reason to keep it otherwise.
I still think that we could couple Nurk or Nasir Little, or even sign Royce O'Neal and trade him, or whatever the case is, and trade them with 31. I still think that could potentially happen.
See, what I'm worried about, because we're in the second apron, and once we get hit up past is it 2 or 3 years in the second apron, these future picks start freezing and we just can't fucking move them. This could be one of our last years.
So we trade them.
Yeah, so we fucking get what we can from them now, and then you got to take into mind also the Stepien role. So if it's not one thing fucking us, it's the other thing, because we
can't trade 2 years in a row.
That's right. So it's either going to be the Stepien or the freeze and move to the end of the draft. It's going to end up fucking us. So I think right now, while these picks are there and they're movable, we should fucking move them. But move them in a way that gets us back something, and that's why I'm big on looking at the rookie scale contracts, because they're contracts that we can inflate and then.
I don't think that happens. I don't think that happens this year, though. Right?
Okay.
I think in 12 months' time, absolutely, or even trade period, if it's not all going well, trade deadline this season, upcoming season, and then next season, that's when the rookie scale contracts, those type of trades, they'll come into effect. This offseason, I think we're looking at the last piece of taking a swing.
Yeah, no, you're probably right there, Gav. I'm just
fellas, can I get a fucking word in once in the last fucking 15 minutes?
Go.
Yes, go.
I want to go back to finish off what you started. Boyd, what you fucking started. We were talking about Mason Plumlee, and then you guys both want to know about Daniel Tice. So both Daniel Tice and Mason Plumlee are unrestricted free agents. We said that Mason was a $5 million expiring contract. Daniel Tice is a $6.9 million expiring contract. So both of those potentially leaving the Clippers. That's actually a really good chance, because both of those, they're going to be lucky to demand that again. Daniel Tice has been, I don't know, I think he's been lucky to hold that money. I like him, but I think he's been lucky to hold that money based on where he's been put. He hasn't been able to produce. And Mason Plumlee, he was robbed of his value. So I reckon they're both potential steals in free agency.
Yeah,
I thought we already came to that conclusion. I thought we finished that off, Nate.
No, because one of you fucking loudmouth cunts jumped in as soon as he said, "Oh, how much is he worth?" And then you went off on a tangent. 10 minutes later, I brought it back up.
Sorry, mate.
So, Nate, yes, mate. I think we could take either of those two, and they would fit very nicely as a backup center. Actually, I think Tice could be a starting center in this lineup.
It was only
not over Nurk
starting for the Celtics.
Isn't it amazing though that we trade away? Nurk,
it's up to whether or not we trade him.
I mean, you two fuckers still live in Australia, so you've got to be worried about this more than me. But we trade away DA for a white guy, and now we've got a white guy on the bench, and the two guys we're talking about are white guys. We're only talking about white guys at center. You guys should be really worried in your lefty communist Australian society back there.
I don't know what a lefty communist is, mate, and I don't know what all this fucking white guy stuff is. I don't have color on my lenses, bro.
No, me neither.
I live in Asia, bro. You think I do?
Boys, lads. All right, we're heading up in time. Yes. Can the Mavs win any games in this final series?
No.
One?
They'll
get one at home.
No fucking way.
I went on to Ladbrokes to put on a 5-1 series win for the Celts at the start, and I couldn't do it because Ladbrokes are limiting whatever I can access from Singapore.
Is Luka the biggest bitch in the NBA?
No,
yes, he
LeBron
is.
Still is.
No, Luka is now.
I saw this thing on Instagram this week where it had if LeBron played golf, and it had a picture of him like falling over on a golf course, crying at a golf course, holding his ankle on a golf course, punching the pole on the golf course. It was quite a funny stream of photos.
Hey, Nate, we have to start conditioning ourselves not to be so spiteful of LeBron.
I know we don't.
I said, oh yeah, it's a 60% chance that we fucking get him, and
I'll suck shit and deal with it when I have to.
How good is it going to be when we get LeBron and we got Bronny, and we got Bronny tied up, and then LeBron goes and buys that Las Vegas team, and then
they both move,
and they move Phoenix to Las Vegas.
No. Well, he wants to build around Bronny, his boy, right? And he trades us their fucking a slew of first
six first round picks. Yeah.
For Bronny. So we've got his son for ransom.
Yeah. So
all right. My next question is, and it's been relevant this week. Is Jaylen Brown better than Jason Tatum? Is it Jaylen Brown's team in Boston?
No, he's not. Jason Tatum's in a vacuum. He's better. He's probably at the moment he's not quite as consistent as Jaylen Brown, I'd say.
See, I'm going to argue with the opposite of that, because when I remember going to Melbourne to watch the exhibition match of the Boomers versus the USA team, and they made Tatum, I'm pretty sure he was the captain of that team, and he was fucking horrible. He was an absolute show pony, hit nothing. He was just all show and no flow.
And the Boomers won, just quietly.
Yeah. Well, one of the two of the games, but
that was always going to happen.
Well, I think
the one I was at, the Boomers one.
You can call it conditional, positional. Sorry, that Jaylen Brown's winning the position. Tatum, he's a little hit and miss. He's winning where it fills the gaps for everyone else to look good. But I reckon in this series and even the last series, Jaylen, the other one, fuck, I had a mental blank. The other one's looking better than Tatum.
Jaylen Brown?
Yeah, that one, yeah. I hate both these teams. Let's be honest. I hate both these fucking teams in the finals. And the only reason I'm going for Boston is because I hate Luka so much.
Both are so painful. Anyway, Boyd.
I would kill everyone in this room for a drop of sweet beer.
So, Homer, please feel free to tell us anything.
Who do you want to have a beer with, Boyd?
I want to have a beer with the brand new coaching staff that we hired like fucking 4 or 5 of the cunts.
Jeez, we haven't even spoken about that.
I don't know who any of them are, and I literally just scroll past it. Who the fuck's that? No, who cares? Just fucking keep scrolling. I'm not down for another fucking season of, getting hyped up about Frankie Fingers and the fucking KY fizzes.
We haven't even spoken about the fact that Bud is the new coach. We haven't had that conversation.
No, we haven't, because it's been so long, Gav. It's been so long. But it's
2 weeks.
But look, so it's with the coaching staff that I want to have a beer with and say, who the fuck are you, mate? And why do you think you can do this job fucking better than the last cunts that we? That's basically all.
Is Fizz still around or not?
Yeah,
I know they offered him that other role and he didn't take it. He's what?
He's the new Kevin Young.
He's the new Kevin Young.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. So
Nate, who do you want to have a beer with, mate?
Completely unfucking basketball related because it's our off season. For me, it's Heath Chopper Franklin. Chopper.
Who the fuck's that?
Heath Franklin,
got a tour.
Comedian. Chopper.
He's got a tour.
He's touring New Zealand at the moment.
Chopper.
He's got the tour. Not here to fuck spiders.
Chopper's dead.
Heath Franklin, the comedian.
Heath Franklin.
You fucking idiot, boy. Cut him out.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell. I've seen this guy live a bunch of times. He's fucking so funny. And I'm watching him do his tour, and he's doing
his tour is
backstage.
Called what?
Not here to spiders.
Not here to fuck spiders. We're going to sue him.
And he did this Tonight Show thing in New Zealand where they put a spider on his face and he gave it a kiss and then they queried him as whether what he was here to do with the spider. I just think he's been doing all these videos on Instagram about rating local beers backstage before he goes on stage, and it's been really funny. And I actually messaged him, just fucking like, you just do, right? You think you're never going to hear back. Why won't you come to Singapore? There's a lot of expat community Aussies here. And he actually replied the next day and said, I'd probably get arrested at the airport, not worth the risk. And I was so shocked I actually got a fucking reply from him, and he's got a point. So yeah, off season, that's my beer with.
What you need to do is message him and get on Instagram and go, will you come on our pod? Because our catchphrase at the end of the pod is, we're not here to fuck spiders. And see if he will.
Hey, fuck it, why not? I'll make a note.
He will spend the entire pod confused about what NBA basketball is, but who gives a fuck? I want to have a beer with you two, gents. It's been too long. Boyd, are you trying to fart or?
I was pretending to be frozen. Oh, God. Why do you want to have a beer? You've just been up here, mate. You've just been up here on the Gold Coast, and you didn't come down to see me. I was working. You're up here. You should have made a stop in the Rizzy.
You were working. I wouldn't have been. I'll be there in a week. You come and have a beer with me?
I'm busy.
Yeah. Time for the flog of the week, and trust me, they are ugly, very unattractive. Google their face when you're done here.
On that note, because Boyd is the greatest flog of all time. Boyd, who's your flog of the week?
My flog of the week, I haven't really got one. Leave culture. How about leave culture? Can't you leave chats all the time to fucking have digs at other people? Can't you leave chats and then expect you to fucking add them back and say you're sorry when you're not?
What about people in chats who read messages completely wrong and then get like narky for a week, and then finally talk to you and then finally talk to you and go, hey, I was really shitty about what you did here, and then work out that it had nothing to do with you.
Yeah, they're flogs as well, 100%. They're fuckwits.
So it's a big flog list this week.
Big flog list. Cox.
Nate, who's your flog of the week?
Well, I'm going to stick with my theme. It's the off season, so it's anti-basketball. And it pains me to say it, but my flogger this week is number 23, Charlie Cameron of the Brisbane Lions. This guy has been letting me down. Mr. Country Road himself.
Did he play on the weekend?
Apparently he played. You wouldn't know by his Supercoach
Not that I saw.
His Supercoach points let me down week after week after week. And I'm a little annoyed. I spent a lot of money on him on my Supercoach, and he's not helping me. I know you don't like hearing about AFL, Boyd. Don't act like you need to understand any of this. But it's pissing me off, so that's my flog of the week.
I actually thought Boyd's flog of the week might have been that New South Wales dude who gave out the cheap shot on the tackle.
Origin night.
And got himself sent off. And is he? Because he fucking cost you the game because he was dumbass.
Are you a New South Welshman?
Me, yeah.
Knew you were a faggot.
Yes, mate. Yeah. Thanks, mate. No. I'm not a faggot because.
Oh, sorry, I just got us cancelled, boys. My apologies.
I'm not a faggot because I'm a New South Welshman. I'm a faggot because I like to have sex with men. Get it right, Nate.
And we're cancelled. My flog of the week is the Dallas Mavericks fan who stood outside. All he does apparently is sits outside fucking stadiums, abuses the fuck out of people. He tried to abuse the fuck out of Charles Barkley, and Charles walked up to him and went, "How about I punch you fair and square in the face?" And he acted like the little bitch. Yeah, he goes, "I can fix this by punching you right in the face." And he acted like the little bitch he was by walking backwards and running away. Because Charles Barkley would kick the fuck out of you, you little bitch. You want to get clicks on fucking TikTok, you fucking face. whatever the fuck it is you want, Charles Barkley would punch the fuck out of you, dude. Typical Dallas Mavericks fan.
Multiple times.
Typical Dallas Mavericks fan.
He already knows what the payout is to get off the charge.
You're 0-2 down. Boston's going to walk into fucking Dallas and beat you 2 more times. You are going to get swept in the NBA Finals. And all you're going to have at the end of it is Charles Barkley wanting to punch you fair and square in the fucking face.
Yeah.
That is all. Gents, let's start with you, Boyd. Where do we find you? Last comments.
Mate, you can find me at Buds83 on the Twitter. You can find me at Fucko on a mystery platform, at Aussie Suns Fans on the IG, live, not live, IG, Instagram, yes. And again, I really need help with Instagram, so if you know how to fucking use it, please reach out, please, because I'm fucking shit up. I swear to God I am.
Nate.
Anyway.
Mate, I'm having a Charlie kind of week, right? We just spoke about Charles Barkley. I just ranted on Charlie Cameron. Your son's named Charles. We spoke about that before the pod. I met a dog named Charlie this week. My middle name's
Your
Charlie.
middle name is Charles?
My dog's name's Charlie.
Is it? Didn't you name it after fucking Grayson's girlfriend's daughter's name or something?
No, my dog's name's Charlie. And then
my
other dog's Armani.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, this is meant to be a sign-off, isn't it? Sorry, I was just taking another rant. Yeah, no, Nick is Falcon, all the stuff. I don't pretend to add content, but I do answer occasionally messages.
And follow us at Aussie Suns Fans on all of your major platforms. So clearly Instagram now, because Boyd hooked us up. Instagram,
50 followers,
YouTube, Twitter /X, on the Facebook page. Click like.
Before you sign off, Gav.
Subscribe. We love you guys. Nate, go.
Before you sign off, Steve just put in the chat that if you're going to be in Brisbane, he might have a ticket to the Lions v Saints game on Friday. I'm betting that's my old seat because I transferred it to a friend of his because he sat beside me.
No one cares. It's going to be the worst game of football in the history of the world.
Fuck off.
Do you know the greatest thing about today?
What?
We came back after a couple of weeks. We had fun. And none of us who rocked up here today, we're here to fuck spiders.
Oh.
We'll see you in a week's time. Love you.
As Chris Paul gets in, another wide open 3.
Suns. Pierre Cardin. Suns.
Defers to Booker for the long range.
Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next.